You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Republicans who promise to be the grown-ups are tearing each other apart, based on an article by Jennifer Schutt, States Newsroom. Republicans have the majority and the mess. The source material, briefly. The reporting describes a Republican Congress that has already passed much of its agenda but is now stalled by its own internal fights over the Save America Act, government funding, defense legislation, a farm bill, and surveillance reauthorization. Speaker Mike Johnson is trying to cram another party-line package through reconciliation, while Senate Republicans openly clash over whether to weaken the filibuster to advance the voter ID measure. Power is not missing here. The central fact is simple: Republicans hold the institutional power in both chambers, and the chaos is happening inside their own majority. This is not a story about a powerless party being denied its agenda by the opposition. It is a story about a governing coalition unable to discipline itself long enough to finish the work it claims it wants. The article's grown-ups in the room framing is mostly public relations varnish. A party that controls the agenda, the speaker's gavel, and the Senate majority cannot hide behind process when the process is being broken by its own factions. The real agenda is still voting power. The clearest through line is not fiscal responsibility or legislative productivity. It is the obsession with the Save America Act, a voter restriction package built around proof of citizenship and photo ID. Mike Lee wants the Senate to blow up its own rules for it. Johnson wants to package it strategically so Republicans can swallow it without calling it what it is, an effort to narrow the electorate under the banner of election security. That is the actual priority: fighting for oxygen, not farm policy, not defense oversight, not governance. A voter suppression bill gets the premium placement, and everything else gets shoved into the ditch. Procedure is cover. The filibuster fight matters here, but not in the tired, insider way the political class usually presents it. The issue is not abstract Senate decorum. The issue is that Republican leaders want democratic legitimacy for anti-democratic outcomes. When they have the votes, they want majority rule. When they do not, they complain that the rules are unfair. When the rules still block them, they threaten to break them. That is not institutional seriousness. It is opportunism dressed up as constitutional concern. Shutdowns and manufactured confusion. The piece notes that a funding lapse could be hard to blame in an election year. That uncertainty is real, but the framing soft pedals responsibility. The people most capable of preventing a shutdown are the ones controlling the chamber agenda. If appropriations stall, it will not be because Congress discovered complexity. It will be because Republicans used their own internal factional warfare to turn basic governance into hostage politics. The same goes for the defense bill and the long-delayed farm bill. These are not mysterious failures of consensus. They are what happens when a majority cannot decide whether it wants to legislate or campaign by crisis. The pattern. This story is part of a larger Republican pattern: hold power, stunt on the internet, and then blame procedure when the governing coalition cannot convert authority into durable policy. The party's most organized energy is being spent on narrowing the electorate and rehearsing excuses for its own paralysis. Democrats are not the protagonists of this story, but they are not the equivalent problem either. They are the minority party working inside a system that still gives Republicans the first right to fail. The real lesson is uglier. American institutions keep giving anti-democratic politics room to operate, then call it gridlock when that politics starts eating itself. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Alternet for today's article. With the automated voice of Sam, thanks for listening.